To get to your MyTCTC portal, a good way to do that is go right here to Information For. Then you'll want to go to Current Students, and then over to the side, you will see the MyTCTC link. Go ahead and click that. Your screen might look a little different than mine, but ultimately you should have all of the tiles that I have, other than a few of these that are just for employees. The most important thing that you're going to want to do is click on the My Registration tile. It's the bigger button with the blue sheet of paper with check marks. You will click that, and then you will go to Register, Drop, Add, Withdraw from Classes. When you click that, it's probably going to ask you to sign in, so you'll want to go ahead and do that with your Tri-County email address and password. And then you'll get the multi-factor identification code, and you will type that in. From here, this is when you're going to be making selections for your classes. So whatever term you are starting on, or whatever term you're looking to add classes to, you're going to select the term. So I'm going to select Fall 2024. You are then going to select the campuses that you would like to take classes on. Some of these are not offered. They are just selections here. Our main campuses are the Pendleton campus and Anderson, Oconee, and Easley campus. So whichever campus is most convenient, you can choose that. Some of our programs are offered at the Industrial Technology Center. And if you would like to take online classes, distance learning is what you would have selected. For these purposes, I'm going to select the Pendleton campus as well as distance learning. Once I am sure that those are the campuses that I would like to pick, I'm going to click Save and Continue. The next thing that you are going to see is the Financial Responsibility Agreement. You should read through this, and once you do that, you will then select I agree and wish to continue. So your screen should look kind of similar to mine, other than the information listed here. There are some additional notifications here that you can read, but ultimately yours should look similar. You have the course status. We want to make sure that this is selected to open classes only, because that will ensure that you're registering for classes that are available. There are different delivery options, campuses. Those are the selections that we just made, and then parts of term. So all of the parts of term are selected. We can look at different terms once we select the classes. So in order to make a schedule and to add the courses that your advisor or success coach suggested, you would go to Courses and then select Add Course. You can do this by subject, and you can also type in. So let's say that I would like to register for English 101. So it's here, but I need to go ahead and select Add so it will show up to the right. Let's say I want to register for a math class, and I placed into, let's say, Math 102. Select Add Course. Then let's say I want to take a college skills class, Freshman Seminar 105. And then maybe I want to take a psychology, general psychology 201. So these are the courses that I have selected. If you did not see a course that was recommended to you or you were advised to take within this list, it could mean multiple things. Usually what it means is that it is either not offered on the campuses that you have selected or it is full. So in that case, you would want to make sure you go back to see if your advisor has options for the class that you need and that is not available. You also might be able to get a seat on the wait list. You also could just check with your advisor to see if there are any other options. But once you have the courses selected to the right, you will click the back button, and then you can select Generate Schedules. It says it right here, but you have a lot of options with these classes, and you can kind of see when you hover your mouse over the magnifying glass, all of the colored blocks represent a class time. So for example, the schedule number 3, when I click view, you can see that these courses are offered at the Pendleton campus and distance learning. So on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it looks like your college skills class is in the afternoon. And then your Tuesday, Thursdays, you have psychology and then math. The interesting thing about this psychology is that it is a synchronous distance learning class, which means that even though it is distance learning and you don't have to physically be somewhere during this time, you do still have to log on to Blackboard during this time to attend this class. So DL means distance learning. Sometimes we have asynchronous classes for distance learning, which is what this English 101 would be, since there is no meeting time for that. So that is how you determine if there is a meeting time or not. And if there is, then it will be listed here, and this is the location. Also, the room location and the building location is located here as well. So ML is Miller Hall on the Pendleton campus. So this is an example of a schedule. Now, for example, let's say you might have a work schedule or just a preference of times that you do not want to have class. You could select a break. You have to name the break. You can name it whatever you like. I'm going to say I do not want evening classes or afternoon, so no evenings. So if I don't want class during a certain time, I would say I don't want class from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. on weekdays. Say I want to get them knocked out all in the morning. I'm going to add that break. And then I'm going to need to generate schedules again. So it definitely narrowed down my options. And as you can see, the big purple block is the break. And then again, the smaller boxes are the class times. And it's looking like a lot of these would probably be offered distance learning. Let's look at schedule number 7. So several distance learning classes and then some classes on the Pendleton or one class on the Pendleton campus. So this would be an example of what that schedule would look like. But let's say I change my mind and I really don't want distance learning classes anymore. I would come up here to campuses and change my selected campuses and unselect that distance learning and then click save. And then again, I'm going to need to generate schedules. And then, so this is a unique situation. It looks like there are no schedules available for the selections I've made. In this case, you would need to adjust your schedule. So it looks like there are no evening classes. They conflict with the break that I have. So maybe let's try that first. Let's remove this break. Or if I just want to not let it affect the schedules, I could just deselect it or unselect it. Then click generate schedule. So that helped a little bit. When I'm looking here of the schedules that I have remaining, it does look like I have some options, even though they're all in the evening. It might just be one of those things. What is more important to me? No online classes or being on campus. And in that case, you would just make the decision that works best for you and your schedule. So as you can see here, all of my classes are on the Pendleton campus. Most of them are in Miller Hall. This one is in Pickens Hall. When you scroll down to, sometimes you'll see an instructor assigned. So for example, this English 101 class already has an instructor assigned. But if it says not assigned, it just means that an instructor hasn't been selected for that class just yet or assigned to that class just yet. Let's say that you decided to go with this schedule and you wanted to register. You would select Send to Shopping Cart. And then at the top right, you would select Register. When you select Continue, it will process that. And as long as it says that you have been successfully registered for the courses that you have listed, you are good to go. If there are any error messages, that's something you might want to ask about, or you can find the information about what that error message means in another tutorial video.